Evening, hello. I wasn't really planning on. So I'm sniffling a bit. Must be that spring weather. I wasn't really planning on doing a video today. Tonight. I've just had an email from YouTube, the YouTube privacy team. I'm sure they make this stuff up as they go along, because apparently I've transgressed privacy rule 2.0 or something. Never heard of it before in my life. Not for all the similar videos I did in the past, which there are many of on the channel. But it's when I named and shamed Mr. Edkins of Marston Bailiffs. So I won't read his phone number out now, obviously, because that's, I can only assume that's who's made the privacy complaint, because I read his phone number out. And actually I don't have it to hand. I ripped that bit of paper up. Wow. So YouTube will take that video down, Mr. Edkins of Marston Bailiffs, probably, because they hate freedom of speech and they like protecting criminals, as we know, because they've taken several of my videos down and they've knocked out my advertising, and at one point they weren't even sure if I was over 18 or not. So they had to do something else then. Just as a point of fact, the person that I did that video for could, for example, have, and I'm not saying they did, thrown that bit of paper with his phone number on in the bin, and the bin men could have come along and opened the lid and gone, here's a bailiff with his phone number, let's put that online. If you want to put your information out there, mate, as you bailiffs like to do, your phone number and everything else, don't be surprised if it appears on a social media site. Do you know what I mean? So I've said to YouTube, I don't know how far this will go. I don't know if the video will be redacted or removed or whatever, but I've said to YouTube, is this you deciding what law and order is, as well as freedom of speech, because of the censorship you put on my channel for your government mates? Don't be surprised if this video gets taken down, actually. Wow, so we'll see what happens there. Mr. Edkins puts his phone number in the public domain and is then, shocked and horrified and has to make a complaint when it is read out online. Wow. Incredible, really. Boris and Rishi are to be fined for being at a party during lockdown. That 50 quid fine. Can you manage that, Boris, on your 150 grand a year? I know you've got 6 or 7 quids, 6 or 7 kids to pay child support for, but I almost feel sorry for him, mate. That 50 quid fine. Was it people who organised parties were being fined 10 grand? Wasn't it? So why hasn't whoever, it was named, wasn't it, who sent that email out, shall we have a few drinks in the garden to celebrate all our hard work? I think he was named, wasn't he? I forget. Who sent the email out for the party at 10 Downing Street. So why hasn't that person been fined 10 grand? Because other people weren't they? Jailable offence, wasn't it? A couple of people went to jail, didn't they? Yeah, for breaching coronavirus regulations. But not our MPs. So, as we see, basically, the bailiffs, the police, the councils, the MPs, they're all protected by each other. They're all completely above the law, as usual, and the entire establishment is corrupt.